But on that note, now that I know it's actually a really good cross, I'm pleased to announce that Tootsie is pregnant. Okay, so welcome back to Boisterous Cock Farmstead. I just got back from my butcher and I picked up one of the halves of the hybrid guinea hog Duroc cross pigs that I got. This is the first of the hybrids that I've done. And I'm not going to have all the cuts in this one. I saved the second half to have all the cured pieces, so the pork belly is going to get cured and smoked and turned into bacon, and I'm curing one of the hams, so I'll get the hocks and at least 2, maybe 3 hams out of that. So that one's going to be probably another week or so. And for the chops, I believe I did boneless in this one, or at least I think I asked them to do boneless on this one. And I should have a tenderloin in here, and I should have baby back ribs in here. And then on the other one that comes back, those will be bone-in chops, so I can compare those as well. So I'll do another video when I pick up that half and see what it looks like. But I'm just gonna go ahead and get into this one, and let's see what we've got, what the cuts look like, and I might even go pull out a couple of guinea hog packages out of my freezer so we can do a side-by-side comparison as well. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. Please share this video, comment on this video. If you're not already, please subscribe to our channel. It really helps us grow. And click the bell notification so that you're notified when new content comes out. So let's get to it. So this is the lard. I told them only to keep the leaf lard, but it looks like they kept all of it. Which, this is way less lard than I would have on a guinea hog. I think I was getting anywhere between 14 and 20 pounds of fat on a 120 pound hog. So about 1/6. Not sure what this is, if this is the tongue. Probably the tongue here, it's just wrapped up, no label. And this is our liver. And it says heart on the outside of the box, but I don't see a heart in here unless this is the heart there. So we're just gonna put all this back in the box, set this aside for right now. Yeah. What, Bubba? Alright, so this is the belly, and it is thick sliced. They are a little bit more uniform, looks like. It looks like there's some decent meat in there. And again, this gilt was not particularly large. She was kind of a tall, skinny pig, so she should be the worst of this type of pig, or this example of the hybrid. Her brother is probably going to be about 20-25 pounds heavier hanging weight, and he's got a bigger torso, bigger belly, tighter belly, and bigger haunches and things like that too. So we'll see, but this a lot more meat than a guinea hog would have on the bacon part, or on the fresh side part at least. So this is uncured sliced pork belly. So we got 5 packages of of sliced belly. Here's a pack of spare ribs. Here's the cheek. Tenderloin, that thing is tiny. This is a shoulder steak there. Good size. Pack of 2. Pork chop. Now this is boneless. And this is about the size of what a full bone-in pork chop would look like for my other pigs. There's another pack of pork chops there. And you can see there's not much fat on the outside here. And I told these guys not to trim, but with looking at the fat that's on there, they did some trimming. So I'm sure that was out of habit. Here's the shoulder steak. So the shoulder steaks are actually good size. Pork chops, not bad, not huge, but a lot less fat cap than what I had before. So, oh, there's another pack of belly in here. So 6 packs of belly. And we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 16. 2, 4, 26. So 26 packs of ground. So again, on this one, I processed this half differently than the other half. So the other one will be bone-in. I don't know. I don't know if it's worth the little baby back ribs here on this small of a pig. So the next one, like I said, will be bone-in chops, and it'll have the tenderloin, which is only a small piece here, and it'll make it like the equivalent of T-bones for a beef steak. Okay, so for comparison's sake, this is probably an average pack of my guinea hogs, and again, I don't raise my guinea hogs to be really big. So that they can pretty much, a whole pig can fit in a freezer, a decent sized deep freeze. So the muscle groups are not as big. The hanging weight of these pigs was 125 pounds generally, and the hanging weight of this hybrid pig was 152 pounds. So she was a little bit bigger than, well, she's 20% bigger than what I normally am taking into them. But here's one of the main differences. So this is a boneless chop here from the hybrid, and this is 2 bone-in chops side by side. So they are almost, this is almost as big as 2 bone-in chops. And then we've also got the other one on the other side there. So that's where I'm seeing the biggest difference is in that loin cut, which is what I was hoping to get. That and the belly were the 2 things that I was hoping to improve on over just the regular guinea hog. So we've definitely got some larger muscle groups. We've got some leaner meat, but it still has fat. The next question is going to be if it retains good flavor. Now, I have not had anything from my Duroc crosses. I've not butchered any of those to know what that side tastes like on its own. But I do know what the guinea hog side tastes like, and so I'll see how much of that carries over, and I may actually cook up side by side. And I might actually cook up the same cut. So if I do that, I will be sure to give you guys some footage on that as well. But all in all, I'm pretty happy with the results. The two biggest things that I really was hoping for came through in the meat. And again, this was probably the smallest pig that I would be butchering. And she was that's why she ended up being a butchered hog, was she was kind of too slender to keep around for breeding potential. So I kept her squattier, thicker bodied sister if I'm going to try to breed the hybrid at all. And if not, she'll just go to the butcher later. All right, so this is going to be the wrap up of the hybrid pig overview. We got the pig back from the butcher. The overall meat quality was great. I'm very happy with the development. This guy's being weird over here. And what are you doing? Hershey, what are you doing? So I took in the smallest of the two market hogs that I was planning on butchering this season, and she weighed 152 pounds, dressed, hanging. Being weirdo. What are you doing? So she was 152 pounds, a little bit over what I estimated by doing measurements on her brother and kind of just doing a visual assessment of how much smaller I thought she would be. Right now, he is tape measuring out to be 190 or 180 to 190 range. I'm actually very happy with how these guys have grown out. I've said before, but I'll say again, I didn't start these guys until they were 6 months old on a grow out feed ration. So they probably could have been finished faster than I did, but I just wanted to kind of see how they would do out on pasture, out on hay, different things like that before I started actually having to feed them grain. And the takeaway was they were not doing all that great on hay as compared to my guinea hogs, and that's one of the downsides, I guess, between the two for me personally, is that the guinea hogs thrive on a lower forage. And I've got a full workup on my American guinea hogs. I'll leave a link on that video in the description so you guys can check out the pros and cons of what I feel the pros and cons are of the American guinea hog. But I'm very happy with the hybrid in the main points that I was trying to bring out, which is I wanted to have larger muscle groups, primarily the loin, and I wanted to have a better belly, which included meatier belly cuts. And the indications are great from looking at the belly cuts, and I still haven't gotten the cured belly back from the butcher, and I haven't gotten the cured leg back for the ham. But on that note, now that I know it's actually a really good a good cross, I'm pleased to announce that Tootsie is pregnant. I'm not 100% sure when she got bred, but I estimate that she's somewhere between 3 and 5 weeks. Today is the 11th of July, and so 3 to 5 weeks from now we should have another litter of these hybrids. We'll keep an eye on her, and as things develop, we'll give you guys videos. Here she is right here. I still haven't been able to get pumpkin bred. I've got Heath in the pen with my other market hog, trying to get him to grow out. He was in the beginning of that video there, and he is gaining again, which is good. So hopefully he will stretch out and stretch tall enough that he can actually meet the needs of servicing Pumpkin, if she isn't already pregnant. But so far she hasn't shown any solid signs that she is. Whereas Tootsie, when I checked her the other day, she had kicking around going on in her stomach, which is usually about the 3-month mark, from my experience on her. So we are, there she is there. Got a little bit of a belly. Hey Toots. Hey Toots. So those will be the next cycle of growing out the hybrid hogs, and hopefully it's a good size litter. We had 6 this first time. I sold 2 at 8 weeks to somebody who was looking for some market pigs, and they ended up having to move out of state before they could actually give me some good information, so I wasn't sure how fast they would grow out, but I think they actually could grow out pretty quickly to in an 8th month period. I would not personally push them on a 6-month schedule, but it's possible that they could go that fast. I don't know. So in comparing the guinea hog to the hybrid guinea hog and Duroc cross mix, the main difference is so far, and I've only tried the pork chops and I've tried the ground pork, and they are different, but they're both good for different reasons. The pork chop obviously got bigger. I had them cut it a little bit thicker than I usually did, and overall it's very juicy. It is more like a traditional pork chop where it's very white meat, whereas the guinea hog is a lot darker meat. And in the it's, even though it is juicy and it's tasty, it doesn't have the same full robust flavor profile that I really appreciate from the American guinea hog. So I wouldn't necessarily replace the American guinea hog with that, although my wife would. But it's good to have in the rotation. All in all, I'm very pleased with the hybrid, and I think that most, if not all, of the things that I was trying to develop in that came through, and so I will continue to try to do those as long as I have customers that are interested in them, because the downside of that is you have to feed them a lot more, and once you've got them fed up, you need to have a set butcher date. I can't have them hanging around like I do on my other American guinea hogs, because they don't do as well on low forage and poor forage. And it's possible that maybe my customers only want the hybrids, and I'll just do whatever the customers want me to do as far as that's concerned. But so we're gonna had a carpenter bee land on me there. So that's gonna do it for the hybrid pig talk. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. Please comment on this video, share this video. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel. It really helps our channel grow, and click the bell notification so that you're notified when new content is released. As always, thanks for joining us, and God bless.